What if I told you that Edgar Cayce, America's most documented psychic, discovered a wealth secret so powerful it could transform your entire financial destiny with just one simple object? Stay with me, because what Edgar Cayce revealed will shatter everything you believed about money and prosperity. But here's the shocking part most people never heard about. Edgar Cayce said that 90% of financial failure stems from one overlooked space in your home. According to Edgar Cayce's most guarded readings, your living room isn't just furniture and entertainment, it's the financial command center that either attracts or repels every dollar that tries to enter your life. Are you ready for this revelation? Edgar Cayce discovered that your current living room setup is probably destroying your wealth potential right now, at this very moment, without you even knowing it. But here's what will blow your mind. Edgar Cayce said there's one specific object, when prepared exactly as he instructed and placed in the precise location he revealed, that acts like a magnetic force field for abundance. According to Edgar Cayce, this object doesn't just attract money, it creates what he called a wealth reservoir that prevents prosperity from flowing back out of your life. Are you tired of watching money slip through your fingers? Do opportunities seem to vanish just when you need them most? Does financial breakthrough feel impossible no matter how hard you work? If you're nodding yes, then Edgar Cayce's hidden teachings will shock you. Because according to Edgar Cayce's readings, your financial struggles aren't about luck, education, or even hard work. Edgar Cayce discovered they're about energy patterns in your living space that most people completely ignore. But before I reveal Edgar Cayce's prosperity secret, I need you to do something crucial. Comment below with the affirmation Edgar Cayce himself recommended: I am ready to receive abundance. I welcome prosperity into my life now. And smash that like button because what Edgar Cayce discovered could literally rewrite your family's financial story forever. But here's what will shock you about Edgar Cayce's findings. Edgar Cayce said in reading 1688-7, the home is the temple of the soul, and the living room is where the soul either soars or suffers. According to Edgar Cayce, this isn't just spiritual poetry, it's a scientific fact that modern neuroscience is only now catching up to. Edgar Cayce discovered that your living room operates like a giant programming device for your subconscious mind. According to Edgar Cayce's readings, every single day you spend in that space, your brain is being conditioned for either wealth consciousness or poverty thinking. And here's the terrifying truth Edgar Cayce uncovered. Edgar Cayce said that blocked living rooms create what he called prosperity paralysis. According to Edgar Cayce, when your living space carries negative energy patterns, three devastating things happen automatically. First, your subconscious gets programmed for lack and limitation. Second, opportunities mysteriously disappear or you become blind to them. Third, you get trapped in repeating cycles of financial struggle that seem impossible to break. But wait, it gets worse. Edgar Cayce discovered that 95% of homes have at least 4 of the 6 wealth-destroying energy blocks he identified. According to Edgar Cayce's readings, these blocks work like invisible force fields, literally repelling money and opportunities away from your family. Edgar Cayce said these energy blocks are so powerful that even people with high incomes and good jobs find themselves struggling financially when their living rooms violate his prosperity principles. But here's the incredible news Edgar Cayce also revealed. Edgar Cayce discovered that when you align your living room with his prosperity principles, 3 miraculous transformations occur. First, your mind automatically shifts into abundance consciousness. Second, you start attracting opportunities that seemed impossible before. Third, and this is the most amazing part, money begins flowing to you through unexpected channels, as if the universe conspires to bring you wealth. Edgar Cayce said removing these blocks and installing his prosperity secret is like switching from a broken radio that only receives static to a crystal-clear station broadcasting pure abundance. Are you ready to discover what Edgar Cayce found? Edgar Cayce said something profound in reading 2994-1, mind is the builder, and the environment is the canvas upon which the mind paints its reality. According to Edgar Cayce, your living space doesn't just reflect your financial situation, it actively creates it. But here's what makes Edgar Cayce's discoveries so incredible. Modern neuroscience has now proven what Edgar Cayce knew decades ago. According to Edgar Cayce's teachings, our environment directly programs our subconscious mind through a process scientists now call environmental priming. Edgar Cayce discovered that when your living room radiates the right energy patterns, your brain automatically aligns with wealth consciousness. Edgar Cayce said in reading 3744-4, the subconscious mind accepts as truth whatever it experiences most frequently. According to Edgar Cayce, this is why your living room setup is so crucial, because you experience that space every single day, and it's constantly programming your financial beliefs. But here's the breakthrough Edgar Cayce revealed. Edgar Cayce discovered that prosperity isn't random or based on luck. According to Edgar Cayce's readings, abundance follows specific energetic laws, and your living room is the control panel for these laws in your home. Edgar Cayce said when your living space violates these prosperity principles, you're literally working against universal abundance laws. According to Edgar Cayce, it's like trying to drive with the brakes on. No matter how much effort you apply, forward progress remains nearly impossible. But Edgar Cayce also discovered the solution, and it starts with avoiding these 6 critical mistakes that destroy wealth energy. Mistake 1, the back to opportunity positioning. Edgar Cayce said in reading 2072-10, never turn your back on opportunity, for it may not return. According to Edgar Cayce, this isn't just motivational advice, it's a literal instruction about your living room furniture arrangement. Edgar Cayce discovered that when your main seating faces away from the entrance, you're energetically turning your back on incoming blessings. According to Edgar Cayce's readings, the front door is what he called the mouth of prosperity, the primary channel through which abundance enters your home. But here's what Edgar Cayce understood that most people miss. Edgar Cayce said when you sit with your back to the door, your nervous system remains in constant subtle stress. According to Edgar Cayce, this stress response blocks your natural ability to recognize and receive opportunities. Edgar Cayce discovered that families violating this principle consistently experienced what he called opportunity blindness. Good chances would appear, but they couldn't see or act on them. The solution Edgar Cayce revealed is simple but powerful: position your main seating to face the entrance, or ensure you can see it clearly. Edgar Cayce said if furniture placement makes this impossible, use a mirror to symbolically restore your connection to incoming opportunities. Edgar Cayce discovered that this single adjustment often triggers immediate shifts in people's ability to spot and seize financial opportunities. According to Edgar Cayce's teachings, you're literally opening your life to receive what the universe wants to send you. Mistake 2, the time stopper that freezes fortune. Edgar Cayce said, time is the currency of the universe, and when time stops, abundance stops. According to Edgar Cayce's reading 3744-2, keeping broken timepieces in your home literally freezes your financial progress. Edgar Cayce discovered that a stopped clock doesn't just display incorrect time, it sends a powerful subconscious message that progress has halted. According to Edgar Cayce, this creates what he called temporal stagnation in your prosperity consciousness. But here's the shocking part Edgar Cayce revealed. Edgar Cayce said families with broken clocks in their living rooms consistently experienced cyclical poverty, repeating patterns of financial struggle with no logical explanation. According to Edgar Cayce's readings, the stopped timepiece literally programs the subconscious for stagnation instead of growth. Edgar Cayce discovered that even clocks with dead batteries or incorrect time create this destructive energy pattern. According to Edgar Cayce, your subconscious mind interprets any dysfunctional timepiece as a symbol that forward movement is impossible. The remedy Edgar Cayce prescribed is urgent: remove or repair any non-functioning timepiece immediately. Edgar Cayce said every moment that broken clock remains in your living room, it's programming your mind for financial paralysis. Edgar Cayce discovered that people who fixed this mistake often reported sudden breakthroughs in situations that had been stuck for months or years. According to Edgar Cayce's teachings, when you restore proper time flow in your environment, you restore proper abundance flow in your life. Mistake 3, the structural betrayal. Edgar Cayce said in reading 1981-1, as walls protect the body, so must they protect the prosperity of the home. According to Edgar Cayce, cracked or damaged walls create energy fractures that destabilize your entire financial foundation. Edgar Cayce discovered that living with structural damage is like trying to hold water in a broken vessel. According to Edgar Cayce's readings, no matter how much abundance flows toward you, it leaks away through these energetic breaks. But here's what Edgar Cayce found most alarming. Edgar Cayce said families living with wall cracks, holes, or damage consistently reported unexplained financial losses and sudden unexpected expenses. According to Edgar Cayce, these structural breaks don't just affect your home, they break the energetic container that holds your prosperity. Edgar Cayce discovered that even small cracks or nail holes can create these wealth-draining energy patterns. According to Edgar Cayce's teachings, your subconscious mind interprets structural damage as instability and responds by creating financial instability to match. The solution Edgar Cayce revealed goes beyond mere repair work. Edgar Cayce said when you fix these physical breaks, you're literally sealing the energetic vessel that contains your abundance. Edgar Cayce discovered that people who address structural issues often experienced immediate improvements in their ability to save money and reduce unexpected expenses. According to Edgar Cayce, repairing your walls repairs the foundation of your financial security. Edgar Cayce said, a sound structure supports sound prosperity. Mistake 4, the reflection trap. Edgar Cayce said in reading 5748-6, mirrors multiply energy, but they do not discriminate between blessing and burden. According to Edgar Cayce, while many believe large mirrors expand prosperity, they can actually reflect your wealth right out of the room. Edgar Cayce discovered that mirrors positioned behind main seating create subconscious unease. According to Edgar Cayce's readings, your mind constantly processes reflected movement, preventing the deep relaxation necessary for abundance consciousness to take root. But here's what shocked Edgar Cayce's followers. Edgar Cayce said incorrectly placed mirrors create energy confusion that scrambles your prosperity signals. According to Edgar Cayce, when mirrors dominate your living space, they can bounce opportunities away before your conscious mind even recognizes them. Edgar Cayce discovered that families with large mirrors facing their main seating often experienced financial volatility, money would come and go unpredictably, never building lasting wealth. The solution Edgar Cayce revealed involved strategic mirror placement. Edgar Cayce said position mirrors to reflect uplifting elements like plants, artwork, or natural light rather than dominating the main living area. Edgar Cayce discovered that when mirrors reflect positive energy sources, they amplify abundance rather than scattering it. According to Edgar Cayce's teachings, mirrors should enhance the room's prosperity energy, not overwhelm it. Edgar Cayce said, reflection should amplify intention, not dilute it. According to Edgar Cayce, properly positioned mirrors can actually boost your wealth consciousness when used according to his principles. Mistake 5, love that blocks new blessings. Edgar Cayce said with deep compassion, honor the departed in sacred space, but let the living space serve the living. According to Edgar Cayce's readings, displaying photos of deceased family members in the main living area can anchor the space in past energy rather than future possibility. Edgar Cayce discovered that while love for departed family members is beautiful, the living room should radiate forward-moving energy, vitality, hope, and anticipation of good things to come. According to Edgar Cayce, when this space becomes a shrine to loss, it unconsciously programs the family for dwelling in past sorrows rather than embracing new opportunities. But here's what Edgar Cayce understood about energy flow. Edgar Cayce said that spaces focused on the past create temporal anchoring that prevents future abundance from manifesting. According to Edgar Cayce's readings, your living room should be a launching pad for new prosperity, not a memorial to what's been lost. Edgar Cayce discovered that families displaying many photos of deceased relatives in their living rooms often struggled to move forward financially, even when opportunities presented themselves. The solution Edgar Cayce suggested involves creating balance. Edgar Cayce said establish a dedicated remembrance area while keeping the living room focused on celebrating life and welcoming abundance. Edgar Cayce discovered that this shift often releases families from unconscious grief patterns that were blocking their financial progress. According to Edgar Cayce's teachings, honoring the past while embracing the future creates the perfect energy balance for prosperity. Mistake 6, words that curse wealth. Edgar Cayce said, Words are living things that continue to vibrate long after they are spoken. According to Edgar Cayce's reading 262-78, harsh words and arguments in your living room don't just hurt relationships, they literally embed negative vibrations into the walls, furniture, and atmosphere. Edgar Cayce discovered that these toxic energy patterns continue influencing the space long after conflicts end, creating what he called prosperity poison in the home. According to Edgar Cayce, families who consistently argued in their living rooms experienced ongoing financial instability even when their circumstances should have improved. But here's the devastating truth Edgar Cayce revealed. Edgar Cayce said negative words spoken repeatedly in the same space create vibrational scarring that repels abundance energy. According to Edgar Cayce's readings, your living room absorbs every word like a recording device, playing back the emotional frequency continuously. Edgar Cayce discovered that even after people stopped arguing, the negative energy residue continued manifesting as financial problems, missed opportunities, and persistent money struggles. The solution Edgar Cayce prescribed involves prevention and cleansing. Edgar Cayce said keep conflicts out of the living space entirely, and use specific techniques to clear accumulated negative energy. Edgar Cayce discovered that homes where peaceful, positive conversations dominated the living room consistently attracted more opportunities and financial stability. According to Edgar Cayce's teachings, your words either create prosperity spells or poverty curses, choose wisely. Edgar Cayce said, speak abundance into your space, and abundance will speak back to you. Now, removing these 6 blocks is crucial, but Edgar Cayce discovered that clearing obstacles is only half the equation. According to Edgar Cayce's reading 5749-3, to truly transform your financial destiny, you need what he called the abundance anchor. Edgar Cayce said, thoughts are things, and vessels hold both matter and intention. Edgar Cayce discovered a specific object that, when prepared according to his ancient principles and placed correctly, acts as what he called a magnet for divine abundance. According to Edgar Cayce, this wasn't just theory. He tested these principles with thousands of people during his lifetime. Edgar Cayce called this object the prosperity vessel, but here's what makes Edgar Cayce's approach revolutionary. While most abundance tools try to attract wealth, Edgar Cayce discovered the real problem isn't attracting money, it's keeping it. According to Edgar Cayce's readings, his prosperity vessel doesn't just draw abundance, it creates an energetic wealth reservoir that prevents prosperity from flowing back out of your life. Edgar Cayce said the vessel's power lies not just in the object itself, but in how it's prepared. According to Edgar Cayce, every element added must carry specific vibrational significance. First, Edgar Cayce said include a bright, new coin, not as money, but as a symbol of endless circulation of divine abundance. Edgar Cayce discovered the coin must be shiny and clean, representing fresh prosperity flow. Second, Edgar Cayce recommended cinnamon, which he called the spice of prosperity. According to Edgar Cayce's readings, cinnamon carries the vibrational frequency of warmth, attraction, and protection, making it a perfect abundance magnet. Third, Edgar Cayce specifically mentioned yellow citron crystal, calling it the merchant stone of divine favor. Edgar Cayce said citron doesn't just attract money, it maintains the mental clarity needed for wise financial decisions. But here's the most powerful element Edgar Cayce discovered. Edgar Cayce said include a written affirmation, but not just any words. According to Edgar Cayce, the affirmation must be written in present tense as if abundance already exists. Edgar Cayce instructed, instead of, I want wealth, write, I am living in divine abundance now. Now here's Edgar Cayce's placement secret that makes all the difference. Edgar Cayce discovered what he called the prosperity corner, the specific area of your living room that serves as the wealth receiver for your entire home. According to Edgar Cayce's readings, this corner is located in the southeastern section of your living room. Edgar Cayce said, this area naturally aligns with the energy of growth, expansion, and financial increase. According to Edgar Cayce, when your prosperity vessel sits in this corner, it creates what he called a vortex of abundance, an energy field that continuously draws wealth-building opportunities into your life. But Edgar Cayce discovered the exact positioning matters. According to Edgar Cayce, the vessel should be placed at eye level, visible but not intrusive, where it can witness daily life while anchoring prosperity intention. Let me share what happened to Sarah, a single mother who applied Edgar Cayce's teachings exactly as he prescribed. Sarah was drowning in debt, working 3 jobs just to cover basic bills. After learning about Edgar Cayce's prosperity vessel, she carefully prepared one according to his exact instructions and placed it in her living room's southeastern corner. Within 6 weeks, Sarah received an unexpected promotion. Within 3 months, she discovered a side business opportunity perfectly matching her skills. Within 6 months, she had paid off her credit cards and started saving for the first time in years. But Edgar Cayce said Sarah's story isn't unique, it's predictable when you align with universal prosperity laws. Edgar Cayce discovered that the key isn't just the object itself, but the consciousness shift that occurs when you align your living space with the principles he revealed. Edgar Cayce said, "The universe responds to decisive action taken with pure intention." According to Edgar Cayce, the opportunity to transform your financial destiny is in your hands right now, but like all opportunities, it requires action. Start today by eliminating the 6 wealth-blocking mistakes Edgar Cayce identified. Then prepare your prosperity vessel according to his specific instructions and place it in your southeastern corner. But before we finish, let's create something powerful together. Edgar Cayce discovered that affirmations spoken with genuine intention create immediate energetic shifts. According to Edgar Cayce, right now, in this very moment, you can align your thoughts and energy with abundance itself. Edgar Cayce's recommended affirmation for attracting prosperity is beautifully simple: I welcome abundance into my life now. Edgar Cayce said by speaking these words, you make a conscious choice to shift your energy. According to Edgar Cayce, you're telling the universe you're ready, ready to receive, ready to grow, and ready to embrace the life you were meant to live. Edgar Cayce discovered this isn't wishful thinking, it's deliberate alignment with universal abundance laws. According to Edgar Cayce, every time you repeat this affirmation, you plant a seed of intention that grows with your focus, belief, and action. Edgar Cayce said abundance encompasses more than money. According to Edgar Cayce's teachings, true abundance includes health, relationships, creativity, spiritual growth, and the peace that comes from living in harmony with natural laws. Edgar Cayce discovered that when you welcome abundance, you're opening the door to transformation in every area of life, creating ripple effects that seem almost miraculous. If Edgar Cayce's message has opened your eyes to new possibilities, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs this wisdom today. Edgar Cayce said sometimes the right message at the right time can spark changes that transform entire lives. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you can continue exploring Edgar Cayce's prosperity principles. According to Edgar Cayce, these teachings have power not only to improve your financial situation, but to reshape your entire life experience. Edgar Cayce said, the seed of abundance lies dormant in every soul, waiting for the right conditions to bloom. Your home is the garden, your intention is the water, and your action is the sunlight. Edgar Cayce discovered that abundance isn't random, it's the natural result of aligning with universal prosperity laws. Your abundant future starts now.